Hello, everybody. How you doing? How you going? How are you? It's your boy. It's your man's. Officially ordained. I said it as a joke in the other video, but trust me, I have been officially ordained now by none other than the brand Clorox Bleach has come to my channel and said, "Oh, homeless Antifa member, that makes sense." Apparently, even though they're a major brand and have a profile picture and name to prove it, which if they're not, then I don't know what they're doing on YouTube with a name like that and a profile picture. But hey, I digress. Anyways, they said homeless Antifa member. That makes sense. So apparently, I have been ordained homeless Antifa member. So with that being said, let's get right into it, shall we? Um, we the homeless yard gnomes of Antifa. Apparently, I am also a yard gnome as well with this hat. Um, I don't know what we're going to do. I guess we're going to fight corporate neo-Nazis from your front yard while guarding against squirrels. Or what exactly do yard gnomes do except for not be like the pickaninny, like black people things they used to put out on their fucking yards and shit? You ever seen those damn things? Like the pickaninny, like caricatures of black people used to put in their yards all the fucking time? It's kind of messed up. I guess it was a racist joke there for a while that you'd have like little black people statues like tending to your yard. So you were like a plantation owner or something, I guess. I don't know what it was about. But then all of a sudden yard gnomes became a thing. So, they decided to enslave, gnomes instead of, you know, black people and whatnot, which they did, which, of course we all know that's the history. But I'm kind of digging this fucking weird hole here that I wasn't planning on doing anyways. So what I thought I might do today, you know, uh, it's been another kind of rough day. It's been kind of like bad luck lately. The guy who was going to have me help him move stuff didn't contact me today for some reason, and I messaged him and he didn't respond. So I don't know if anything went wrong, if we're still doing it tomorrow or what's going on, but that's money out the window. And then the plasma donation, I have been deferred for at least a month doing that. So there goes that money. I'm officially now with zero income. So, the summit of the mountain has just gotten higher. We have just ran out of food. My co-climber is looking very tasty. He's very portly. He has not lost a lot of his fat yet, so the meat's still going to be juicy. So I have to make the decision of, do I got to eat, Uric or whatever his name is. I can't really think right now. I'm a little sick too. I don't have a cold. I have like a sinus, upper respiratory kind of infection going on. I've had it for the last several days. I had it before it started snowing the other day. My goddamn nose is just taking moments to just like pouring snot out of my face. It's weird as hell. Like it's fucking nasty. But I'm not running a fever. When I did go to the plasma donation, they checked my temperature and everything like that, and I'm not feverish, but I do have the classic upper respiratory, nose and throat thing. It's okay. It's not terrible. It's just sometimes it gets a little hard to talk and stuff, and it comes and goes. Like sometimes my nose is perfectly clear, and other times I'm just like fucking completely stopped up. So I don't know. It's just weird. Hell, for all I know, it's COVID. And people up here have no problem open mouth coughing everywhere and stuff. And now I'm gonna here's some things I'm gonna say about Raleigh that I have noticed, and I'm gonna go ahead and say them. Drawbacks. I love this place. I love the people. Beautiful fucking place. Gorgeous. It's the capital city. But I got to tell you, as crazy as this sounds, being the epicenter of the education matrix of North Carolina, literally this is the research triangle. This is one of the smartest places in North Carolina. Duke is right down the road. Chapel Hill is right down the fucking road. I see very, very supposedly on paper, very intelligent people walking around, but they kind of do some dumb things. And I mean, not like blatantly stupid. And maybe it's just their upbringing or something. I don't know. I don't get it. We're from two different worlds, man. I mean, the longer I'm here, the more I realize that Charlotte and Gastonia are worlds away from this place. And it's starting to kind of affect me mentally. Not really affect me mentally, but kind of get to me, and like I notice it every day. For example, I go to a very great coffee shop that is amazing, and it's a part of like a chain of things they got here called like that's based off of the newspaper, I guess, or the newspaper founded these restaurants or whatever. So they got like a restaurant called like Pizza Times, and then they got a coffee shop called Morning Times, and then they got a restaurant called Raleigh Times, and all of them are in the corner of this block kind of building. Apparently the kitchens connect or something, maybe, I don't know, through this huge building, but it's really fucking cool. And the food is reasonable. It's really good. Like Pizza Time, you could actually buy pizza by the slice, and it's nice because it's like $3 a slice, which is a pretty big slice, you know, and it's really good. It's really good pizza. The coffee and stuff at Morning Times isn't that expensive. It's pretty much on par with everything else. They got a nice upstairs area and a downstairs area. Now, the downstairs area is basically like a door. It's two doors, an indoor and outdoor. And then it's like a small kind of maybe 2-3 foot tops area to the counter. And then to your right is a little area and then a restroom and like a little sitting area where you could sit and look out the window and drink your coffee. It has like little chairs and then like a little, breakfast nook kind of shelf to sit your food on, whatever, and look out the window. Not much space downstairs. Now, let me tell you something. When this fucking place gets busy, man. Like, they fucking get swamped. I mean, you know, they have to be on their shit because there's like 80 people who show up at once. Now, the thing about that is, like, in Gastonia and Charlotte, there's more urgency to get shit out of the way. I noticed that. Here, it's like people stand in the way a lot. And I don't know, like I said, if it's them or what, but there'll be like people who it's their first time being in a line. And they'll act like this is the first time they've ever walked into a restaurant. And I'm like, these are grown people. These ain't children. And I'm like, dude, like, kind of use your brain to kind of figure out like where the line begins and kind of move over so people can get the fuck in. But people stand like right in front of the door while they're waiting for their food and shit too. Like just rude shit. And I'll come in there and hell, even when it ain't crowded, people will go, because there's an upstairs area. There's stairs. People will go and stand their asses right in front of where the stairs are. And you come in and you're going in and you're going upstairs and it's like, excuse me, pardon me. And I swear to God, every time I do that, these people ain't in a conversation. It's like they don't fucking hear me. I'm like, excuse me, pardon me, pardon me. I mean, I'm just going to have to start touching motherfuckers. Like, pardon me, like tap them on the shoulder. Hey, little fella, excuse me. Yeah, there's a whole other goddamn world upstairs I'd like to get to. If you don't mind moving your ass maybe 2 inches to the left. And I mean, it happens all the time. And people go, there's like a little bar that, you fix your coffee, right? And that's on, the cash register. And then there's like a little, like here's the cash register. And then there's a little area on down where you could, mix your coffee, put some stuff in it, and then, leave. I can't tell you how many goddamn times I've come in there and people have been camped on that fucking counter. And I'm like, literally like, they're in front of the creamer, the sugar, the everything. And I'm like, they're not making their coffee. They're just standing there. I'm like, excuse me. And once again, third time's a charm. Excuse me, pardon me. And I'm being as polite as I can, dude. I swear to God, I'm like, pardon me, ma'am. And I mean, like I said, I'm just gonna have to start touching people. I got to, man, because it's like the guy standing right behind you saying something to you is not registering for some reason. And I'm like, what is going on in this town? I'm like, this is like a plague. I mean, it is, because it's like anybody in the world should know how to queue. Like Americans, and I mean, I think I heard a British comedian making a joke about that recently about Americans don't know how to queue. And I'm like, what is he talking about? Because I never had these issues in Gastonia and places like that. I mean, everybody knew how to follow a line and get in the line, and we all were pretty standardized about it. I thought that was normal. And then I get here and it's like, wow, what the fuck's going on, man? I mean, it literally just doesn't, I don't get it. And that's the terrifying part, is because this is where like high money position, like jobs and stuff are going on, man. Like I go into this coffee shop, I'm probably sitting beside fucking like people who on paper at least are running nuclear fission reactors or some crazy shit, or dissecting genetic code or something. I don't know what's going on, but I'm like, some of them act like they have no clue what the world is or how the world works, and it's kind of scary because I mean literally this is, I swear to God, I promise you, dude, I'm not making this up. Like I get in there and I'm looking at how the line and people are arranged, and I'm like, what are y'all doing, man? Like fucking move. I'm like, you know, people got to get to points in the place where you're at. Like, just please, like, kind of be aware that. And there's like 80 fucking people in here moving around, and it's like these people are just sitting there like, and then you talk to them, and it's like, it's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm right there behind you, dude. The fucking restroom is right there. Like, did you not notice that when you walked in? Did you notice anything? Do you know how many people are in here right now? Are you here right now? Where are you at? Can you come back from planet whatever the fuck you're on right now to let me go take a piss, please? Without having to run through you like a goddamn Chicago Bears linebacker or something, man. Like, come on, man, dude. Like, this is crazy. So anyways, this is just a little, also, combination rant, sick rant, stuffy rant. A homeless haul. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, you didn't know you subscribed to PewDiePie or one of these higher brow channels where they do unboxings and such. Well, this isn't so much an unboxing, but what I what I managed to get for a couple of cigarettes today, which I know this sounds like fucking prison, dude, but I swear to God it isn't prison. I swear to God it worked. So anyways, I'm at the coffee shop. I'm drinking a cup of coffee. I'm sitting outside smoking a cigarette. Guy walks up. He's carrying a trash bag, a clear trash bag with something in it. He asked me for a cigarette. I'm like, yeah, man, sure. I give him a couple smokes because, some people have blessed me today and taken care of me. Thank God, because right now I'm kind of fucked financially. But anyways, so I kind of, gave him a couple smokes. And I put my headphones back in. I'm listening to music, just thinking, because that's all I'm fucking doing the last 24 to 48 hours since getting deferred. And since the snowstorm hit and all this shit's starting to pop off, and especially now that old dude didn't call me today to help move this shit, I'm like, what is going on right now, dude? Like, what? Every goddamn means of making money all of a sudden has just disappeared in the last 48 hours. And I'm like, I was good 48 hours ago, but now I'm just fucked. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but someone's trying to screw me, man. But anyways, so the guy all of a sudden interrupts me again, and he's like, I got this camouflage jumpsuit. It's like 3X. Do you know anybody who wants it? And I'm like, well, or he was asking me. I thought at first he was offering it to me, and I'm like, well, yeah, I'd like to take it if you're giving it away. He's like, no, I was hoping to get a couple bucks for it. And I'm like, I ain't got a couple bucks, man. So I just put my headphones back in. I'm starting to tune out of it. I'm like, okay, whatever. And all of a sudden, he offers it to me. He's like, here, you can take it. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you. That's very philanthropic of you. And I take it, and then I give him some more cigarettes. I'm like, here, I ain't got no cash, but I'll hook you up with some more cigarettes, man. And gave him like half a pack of smokes for it. Because I'm like, yeah, this is a damn good fucking jumpsuit. And it is. But it's not XXX. I don't know where the fuck he got that from, but it ain't meant for hefty boys. Because I with my clothes on that I got on, I could barely get in it. Like if my hoodie's on, I ain't fitting inside that motherfucker. So I gotta basically strip down to my t-shirt before I could fit into it. It ain't XXX, but it's a large, extra large. But anyways, it's camo, and here we go. We're not gonna untie this because I gotta get it to some other places. Here is my free sandwich bag that is homeless feeding down there at this one place. They were handing out a bunch of shit, and the people were acting like they were just utterly disgusted being there, and they kind of had an attitude today, and I'm like, what? I'm like, well, why the fuck are you doing it then? Like, stop doing it. Who gives a shit? Like, if you hate doing this, nobody's holding a gun to your head and making you do this. Or I don't know what pissed y'all off or made y'all so upset, or why every person I'm walking to right now has an attitude. I'm like, and you're from a church, and I'm like, well, what is going on? Why are you, so anyways, I got through with that. They have really good food though, and they give out like sandwiches. They left like a whole box of sandwiches and snack crackers up there for people to take. Hell, I could have took 9 sandwiches if I wanted to, but I didn't. I just kind of left them for somebody else to grab. And if there's some there in the morning, then maybe I'll get some more. But something tells me somebody's going to grab all those goddamn sandwiches tonight. All 57 of them. There's like 57 sandwiches. So, anyways, but that's what you can get for a couple of packs of a couple of cigarettes is a fucking hunting jumpsuit. It's one of those onesies you zip up. It zips up at the sides. It has like tons of pockets. It's really fucking good. It's in good shape. It just needs to be washed. It smells kind of musty like cotton balls, or it's been in some kind of storage area. So I need to wash it. But the good news about that is that I can take all the clothes I have on now and wash them. All I need is underwear and socks to wear with this shit while this washes, and then I can take that off and put all my clothes back on. So it's basically a change of clothes, essentially. So, and not only that, it's super warm, so temperatures won't be a problem. Now I'll be extra insulated, and even if I don't even have a blanket, and my blanket and shit gets thrown away like that sleeping bag I got, then it gets down to sub-zero temperatures, I'll be fine. Because those fucking jumpsuits, and you layer that shit on top of shit, man, you won't get cold at all in that shit. That's what they're made for, hunting. And hunting in cold weather. Usually the winter. So there you go. Anyways, I think that's about all we got to talk about. Really, I have to get some things done, man. Like... I'm under the gun now, kinda, and I did not anticipate or expect this plasma donation thing to get fucked up like this since I got here. But sure enough, the first time I donated with them, there's a little bit of a hiccup in the system, which usually doesn't happen with me. And I don't know if it's because they can't find my veins right, or they don't know what they're doing, or more than likely something's going on with my veins. Now, and I never had these problems when I was donating in Gastonia. Now, here's the thing though. I brought up something to them that was just me piecing shit together. Just me trying to put together what in God's name could be happening to my body to explain this. Because I mean, literally in Gastonia, no problems, man. Like I'd come in there and they would, my vein is one of the best veins. Like it's considered a green vein or a green light vein, like where you would have to be blind to miss it. Like there's no way you could be screwing up the vein. So they're not screwing up the vein, I'm sure, or at least I don't know, because the last time whenever I donated with my left, they didn't hit that shit right, or I got a blood clot in the fucking donation, so it stopped up the needle and they couldn't use my left arm, and they bruised me up a little bit. So I'm wondering if they know what they're doing as much there, or if hypothetically, I don't know if this is something that's known in the community or not, because I talked to the nurse about it. I'm like, what would it be possible that, going from Gaston County to, Raleigh, the drop in elevation is having some kind of effect on my cardiovascular system or my blood pressure, or, my blood and my veins? I mean, you would think that in a higher pressure environment, like a higher altitude, that your veins would be thinner or they would contract more. But I guess in a higher elevation, your veins should be more wide open all the time, right? Because they got to work harder to get blood and stuff like that through your body. Now, with that being said, what I'm thinking is I've lived in Gastonia and Charlotte my entire life. I've always lived in higher elevation environment, this higher elevation. And I mean, we're talking a couple 100 feet here. Raleigh is lower than Gastonia in elevation. Kind of crazy, right? I never really thought about it like that. And I never really, like I said, I said in another video, when we came to Raleigh, I noticed that my ears were popping. That's because I thought we were going up in elevation. We were actually dropping in elevation by I want to say it's like 300 feet below Gastonia, something like that. That's a lot. That's a lot of goddamn feet. That's actually a significant fucking drop if you think about it. Now, see, I don't know if necessarily my veins and my body is adapting to a lower elevation environment now, and it's something I've never had to deal with in my life, which kind of makes me wonder, is that going to take effects on the rest of my body? Because with thinner veins, it's a lot easier to clog up an artery, stuff like that, theoretically, right? I don't know. I did notice the other day that I was having some kind of pain in my chest or heart that was not it wasn't normal pain, or I know sometimes when you have anxiety that you'll have chest pain and stuff like that, and it seems like a heart attack, and it didn't feel like a heart attack, but it did feel kind of my heart was kind of struggling a little bit for a second there. And maybe, I have definitely, the weird part about it is that if that is the case, then for some reason it's made me feel a lot healthier. I've been working out every day, pretty much doing at least sit-ups, push-ups, stuff like that every day, no problem. I've been walking miles and miles every day, no problem. And I'm a smoker. I smoke a lot, unfortunately. And it's not affecting my respiratory system like it did in Gastonia. If I smoked too much in Gastonia, I could tell it took a big toll on me. I'm sick right now. I've been talking straight for 23 minutes, and I'm smoking a cigarette. And I haven't ran out of breath. I don't know. It's crazy. It's I have a super damn oxygenated fucking environment right now or something. Because I have none of the breathing problems, or like I said, kind of bronchial problems or anything like that I've had in Gastonia. So it's crazy. I mean, I highly suggest, like I was talking about before, that if you guys ever try it, if you have any kind of asthma or bronchitis or something like that, maybe check and see where you live at and see if that's if you're in a higher elevation environment. And it's not like the mountains, but, above sea level or whatever might be having a dramatic impact on your breathing. Enough to where, maybe try going to a lower elevation city or somewhere like that and try it out. I mean, I'm not saying to live, but maybe, vacation there one time and see what happens. Because you notice it instantly. When I got here to Raleigh, it wasn't even a day, my breathing improved. I mean, it was on the way up here that I started feeling effects, but it maybe take 24 hours, and you'll be like, God damn. I mean, like I said, I might be crazy, but And, you know, maybe it's just the environment. Maybe just something's in the air in Gastonia. I mean, I don't know. But you know, and I didn't have like super bad breathing problems, but I did like, there were times when I did get, you know, not necessarily winded, but like, you know, like, wow. And, you know, bearing in mind too that for a long time, or for the last year or so, we've been, you know, there was Canadian wildfires that kind of really hit Gastonia a little bit hard, and Charlotte. And then the Crowder's Mountain fire that right before I left that was popping off, that filled the fucking air with smoke. And, you know, that was kind of crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's something that they never even thought about before, or it never even comes up, because how often does that come up? That somebody has these kind of issues that came from that kind of environment. And I mean, it can't be that common of a thing. So maybe it's just some kind of rare fluke case, or maybe I'm helping them discover something new about donations, because I swear I've had nothing but problems since I've got here with their facility, and it can't be their staff, because everybody else in there is donating just fine. So I'm like, how the hell? I'm like, how the fuck am I getting this fucked up when I was one of the best people in Gastonia when I was donating? Like, they never had any issues with my donation, and I was done fast. Only issue I ever had in Gastonia was my hydration. And as long as I kept that good, man, I'd be in and out of there in 30 minutes flat. Like, it was no problem. And it was the same, and it was every fucking twice a week, every week. Maybe my vein just got fucked up. I don't know, but they don't know, something's not, you know, registering there. And I don't know what it is. And the only thing I can think of is, I mean, like, literally she was doing it yesterday or the day before, and it was like there was nothing coming out of the vein, and it was like they weren't getting anything. And I was like, what? I'm like, what the hell are you? I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, you know, and I've gotten bruised up consistently since going there. And I'm like, you know, is it you guys, or is this something wrong with me? Because I'm like, I never had these problems anywhere else. I'm like, like in Gastonia, I was fine. I'm like, what is going on with your, what is happening? This doesn't make any sense. I'm like, it's the same kind of machine, right? It's the same kind of shit. Why is it not? Who knows? Hopefully we'll get it figured out if I go back a month from now, and, you know, hopefully I won't go through the same goddamn shit again, because I mean, it's going to be like every time I go in there, I get fucked up, and or it doesn't work, and I'm like, damn, what's happening? Anyways, I'm sorry for another long video. Today I just felt like ranting, being stupid and silly, and thanking my new best friend. I subscribed to their channel, Clorox Bleach. I look forward to their first video. I can't tell if the person's either 14 or 90 years old through their comment. Basically, the comment, once again, stated, homeless Antifa member, they make sense. I'm gonna go pick, Mom, where's my Call of Duty cards? Mom, I need money for Call of Duty. So anyways, like, yeah. But I just went in on them, and I made a lot of comments because I was just not having it at that point. I just wasn't really feeling the fucking shit. So I thought I might be a smart ass for a minute and vent and make them look like an idiot, which they obviously are. Anyways, y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe. I'm going to enjoy my cold sandwich with the wet cheese. Man, oh man. No mayo or nothing, boy. That's raw dog dry right there, boy. What y'all know about raw dog sandwiches, huh? Anyways, y'all have a good night. Be safe. Thanks for watching. Pray for me. Or don't pray for me. I don't give a shit. It's either going to work or it's not, man. It's like I said, made a post earlier saying it's either going to be the end or I'm going to endure. I'm tired of going through this shit in my life. So I'm either going to make it work or it's not. Thank you guys for the support. Take care. Bye.